Hello.
Hello. How are you today?
Good. It's Friday. It's kind of mellow. So everything's good.
Nice, nice. Okay, so welcome everybody to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please give us a thumbs up. We really appreciate it. All right. Let me just flip my screens here. Okay, so a quick you like my summaries, Jamal, for some reason. So here's my summary of Marrying Millions, Season 2, Episode 15, Engagements and Ultimatums. All right. So I decided to do it by couple as
Mhm.
opposed to by scene.
It's too hard by
Um,
scene.
well, yeah, and it would just be all over the place. So basically, we have Desiree and Rodney. Desiree makes a demand, and Rodney throws down an ultimatum. Then we have your favorite, Brianna and Bill. Brianna's testing out how family friendly Bill is. Not.
Not.
And we have Katie and Kevin. And Katie is moving on out and making the best out of a thong situation. Then we have the forgettables, Danny and Donovan. Danny is still crying over what's not hers, while Don is keeping his cards close to his chest. And last but not least, the geriatric, Erica and Rick. After a no-show at the ceremony walkthrough, Daddy finally appears at the rehearsal dinner, but still not down with it. So, please let's keep Desiree and Rodney for last. So, who do you want to start with,
I just
other
say we
than
go in.
them?
I just say we just go in the order that you read them.
Okay, so Brianna
But
and Bill was
yeah,
next. All
yeah. Brandon
right.
and Bill are cool. I like them. I don't know. Like
Why?
Brianna's grown on me. Bill is funny. He's like I didn't get on the floor playing with my own kids. I paid.
I know.
I was like, oh, Bill.
And
Oh, but it was
when
funny.
the
It was
little girl was wet and he thought, and the brother said, "Oh, she peed herself." He was like,
yep.
"Wait, what am I supposed to do? Wash your hands?"
He was lost. He was so lost. It had me crying. It had me crying. He was just so lost. Like, what do I do? And she's like, oh, go make them something to eat. He's like, make them something to eat. Cook
And
tacos.
then he wanted to do peanut butter and jelly. Oh my
hmm
God. It looked horrible though. I didn't like it.
Oh, but when
Um,
he said, when he's like, cook for kids.
yeah, shouldn't you be cooking?
Right.
I thought we established
Oh,
a couple episodes ago she not the maid.
she's not the
But
maid.
I thought the agreement was when having the children over that they would be gone by bedtime, but it looked like she pulled up at night.
Right. That was my thing. I'm like, she's going kind of late.
When did those children go home and what time is their bedtime? Because
Exactly.
Bill got to shut down early.
No, Bill said he wanted to have a normal night. That's what
That's
it was.
early.
No, he said he wanted the kids gone by their bedtime.
Yeah, no, that's what I
Right.
mean. But his bedtime and their bedtime might be around the same because as you get older,
No,
you
but
go
you
to sleep
see,
earlier.
if you look at the look in his eyes when he said that to Brianna, I'm like, oh, you trying
Yeah, he
to
doesn't
do
want no
something
kid being in the middle of what he
got going on.
right. Mm-mm-mm.
Go Bill. That's all I'm gonna say. Go Bill.
Oh my God, when the little boy punched Bill, I thought he hit him in the nuts. I really
So
did.
that's what I thought too. Like, oh, that's what
But they
Brianna
did the
said though.
replay and it was like on his thigh or something, right?
Oh, because Brianna's like, I need all his stuff working properly, so no more punching.
I, anywhere. Like I don't think Bill looked like the crypt keeper, to be honest. So I don't think that little kid should have been punching him, period. My God. Um, did you think his kitchen was worth 25,000?
The island? That was the
I thought they
island.
said the kitchen. Oh, it was just the island that was
Just the
25,000.
island. Yeah, it was the island because he says I think the little boy was Jeremiah. I think his name is was kicking the wood. He's
The
like
wood.
that's some very expensive wood. So when you kick it, it scuffs. So yeah, I think it was the island. It was the island alone.
Ugh, okay. Ay, ay, ay. What else did happen during that madcap scene? Oh, I don't think this was a good idea. I think the idea that I threw at you a couple of reviews ago, where I said if she wants to have a baby, stop talking about it, and then stop taking your birth control, and just
Yeah,
accidentally whoops
yeah.
go.
That's
It
all.
must be that 0.0002%
Right. Just
strong
keep it moving.
sperm, daddy.
Right. Just keep it moving. Like, do what you gotta do.
Was she making herself like real? Like, is she showing
Thirsty.
all her cards by doing
She's
this?
looking thirsty. She's looking thirsty. And she hasn't saved enough money to leave yet. That's my problem. Blobby said on her channel, shout out to Blobby, like these people are not gold digging correctly, and that's a problem.
Yeah, yeah. She's focusing on the wrong things, but okay, bless her heart. Um, I think that's it with this.
Yeah, with them, that was all it was.
Yeah. But notice with every episode, Bill's comments regarding Brianna are getting more and more distant. Like,
Hmm.
it's no longer like what they're gonna do together. It's like, I have to let her be happy um, without me. It's turning more and more to that. Like, her
It's the
expiration
kid thing.
date is soon up.
Yeah, it's the kid thing. It's purely the kid thing.
Wow. Okay, so let's talk about Katie and Kevin in Vegas. This girl got an apartment.
Yeah,
And he ain't even help her move. He's such a waste of oxygen. Oh my
yeah, he's
God.
terrible. I try to give him the benefit of the doubt because I understand his perspective, but he's going overboard at this point. Help her move. There's no reason why you can't hire trucks, hire movers, so she can focus on her job. I mean, there's no reason why you can't spend the money for that. That's ridiculous.
Well, especially considering that she did it within his timeline, like his 2-week
Exactly.
period. Like, at least, you know, encourage her and go, "Wow, that's so great. I knew you could do it." But instead, he walks around that apartment and it's just like to me it seemed like he was criticizing
Oh, he
everything.
was. He turned his nose up at everything from the view she had to the bed that was just an air mattress because
The
all her furniture hasn't
shower,
arrived yet.
no shower curtain, air mattress, like, eh, come on now. Stop it.
Yeah, I didn't like that because I liked her apartment personally. I
Isn't
thought it
that
was
cute?
cool
I
for
mean,
it was cute for one person. Like she's one person. Like what does she really need outside of what she has? Because she's probably going to be working a lot. So why are you concerned since you're not paying for it?
mhm. Um, we get to meet her dad in this episode. He's visiting Vegas, and she meets him at the casino, and he asks if he's gonna meet Kevin, and she's like, after this whole thing, her eyes have been open to Kevin, and she told her dad that she wants to be in like, I guess, a better place with Kevin
Hmm.
before he meets. Like,
Right.
you don't want your dad to meet a douche.
Exactly. And I think what's going to be if she wants to stay with him, she's going to have to make it so she's too busy for him. To be honest,
Mhm.
she
And
can't be
she
sitting like. Go ahead.
no, no, you finish what you're gonna say because I'm just gonna talk about the 2-week
Yeah.
limit discussion with
He
daddy.
killed me. He killed me when she was getting ready for work. She said she's getting ready for work. He's like, well, do you have to go now? Like, can we cuddle for a bit? I'm like, wait a minute. You want to cuddle on the air mattress? Are you serious? Get out of here.
Well, no, if you wanted somebody to be on your schedule and available for you when you
Hmm.
want to cuddle, then you should have installed her at your home and made it so that she is available at your time. But now
Correct.
she's on somebody else's time.
Hmm.
And then he really showed his cheap ass when she said, he was like, "Oh, I could just hang out with you at your job," as if her job isn't a real job, because who could go to
Right.
anybody's job and hang out? I
Hang
don't
out.
know.
And when she said it was a 2,000 minimum, that was
He
hilarious.
was like, "I can find something else way better to spend 2,000 on." Like, we all could, but you want to spend time with her, go down there and do it, and bring your loser friends with you. um when she tells her dad that Kevin told her she had 2 weeks to move out and get a job, her dad responded, "That's a jerk move." I loved it.
Yeah,
I
he was spot
loved
on.
it. But did Kevin invite her to move to Vegas or did she invite herself?
I think she's I love him so much that I just want to be with him. Blah 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 blah. And so she moved herself actually.
So why is she making it seem like he invited her? Because he just basically told her on that day on the beach, "I'm moving to Vegas.
Hmm.
I'll see you later."
Yeah,
She's imagining a relationship here. I just think that she's a convenient toy for him.
I think he likes her a lot, but he, like you say, like he Lant gave an X 30K. I think it was a loan, never got it back. So
Mhm.
he's kind of gun shy, but he's being overly cautious. But the problem is this though. In his defense, they had just started dating, and she was already trying to ask him to pay her rent,
Mhm.
which for him was a red flag, which is why she's getting this treatment now.
Mhm.
But I think he like when someone is doing the things you ask them to, you help them. You help
Mhm.
them. You support them. Because what I would have done for her is been like this. You know what? You found an apartment. Congratulations. What I'm gonna do for you? I'm gonna pay your first 3 months rent, no problem, and I'm gonna hire movers for you because
Mhm.
you're moving in the right direction. This is the initiative I want to see. That if you're going to be in a relationship and be with someone, you have the means to. This is what you do, in my opinion. This is called support. So what he's doing is by not supporting her and criticizing her, he's driving her away because he really feels because he has the money, he's better than her. But if she puts her mind to it, she can do some good things in Vegas
Oh, I hope she meets her husband in that bar. I
and a
really
bottle
do.
service.
Yeah. Because when okay, so he's lying down on the bed whining, asking her if she really has to like leave right now. And she just closed the door. I
Hmm.
was like, "Oh, that's kind of rude. What's going on? What's happening?" And then she comes out in the thong.
Right.
And all of a sudden he pays attention. Is like, "Where you going in that?
Hmm.
Is that your uniform?" She
Right.
looked cute in it though. She really
She did.
did.
But when he asked her, like, do you have like a shawl or something? What's a shawl gonna do? Oh my goodness.
But yeah, I truly hope that she meets her husband in that lounge or bar or wherever it is that she works. And
Hmm.
I hope that she doesn't even say anything to him because now that she's not even under his roof, she's in her own place. So he doesn't have any eyes on her. He doesn't know her
No.
schedule. He doesn't know she's doing overtime. He doesn't know she's out on a date. Like,
You know, the interesting thing is that I don't know if he's picked up on is where she's working. So
mhm,
when you work in a place like that, especially as a female, chances are she's gonna meet someone with just as much money as he has or
mhm,
more. So if I were him, I would really be like, hold up, like 2,000 minimum. She's working in that section. She's gonna be making tips plus her hourly, and she's gonna be
mhm.
collecting phone numbers. Come on now,
Yep, yep.
he gonna lose her
Quite honestly, he could have handled this differently.
way
Okay, so I know, huh?
way better.
Yeah. Okay, so he had the other girl that borrowed the money and never gave it back. Okay, I get it. You could be gun shy, but this girl hasn't asked you for anything but dinner and flowers. Like,
Hmm.
wait till she asks you for a loan of a significant amount, something more than like $20.
Hmm.
And then you can say, whoa, whoa, whoa. This has happened to me before. And I'm a little gun shy here. But he
I think
hasn't. He's victimizing this girl because of the other one.
true baggage, but in last season, what turned him off was the fact that she asked him to pay her rent 1 month, and she didn't have a stable job. So those two things combined had him feeling some kind of way. So now that she's moved, he's like, okay, you moved here, you know my expectations, so no, you're not. No, this is what I need from you. So do I think he's going overboard? Absolutely. But do I think his core issues are fair? Yes, they are. They
They
are.
are,
They are.
but he's handling them wrong.
Correct. Yeah, agreed.
Oh my God. All right. Anything else with Katie and Kevin?
No.
All right. So on to the forgettables, which is Danny and Donovan.
I want
We
Danny
open
on my screen. I need her
what?
to go. I need him to dump her and like marry the a chief executive office assistant or somebody because she's aggravating. I can't stand her.
But when she's talking with her mom, I kind of understand where she's coming from, but I under like she's twisting what her mother is saying. Her mother
Yes.
is telling her, "Go and do something on your own.
Mm-hmm.
Get your own coin. Don't be like me, completely and 100% reliant on your husband. And when your husband leaves, you're left with nothing and 3 kids, and you got to work 5 jobs and da 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 da. Take this opportunity that you with this guy to get something on your own. Start your own side hustle or something. Always have, I always say this, always have your escape money, your escape route,
Yeah.
you know?
Because she feels because she works as like an office assistant, like she's helping build his like his
No,
company.
boo.
No,
You're
no.
checking his email, you're checking his calendar, and you're getting coffee.
Right. If you're
Yeah.
clocking in, if you're honestly, if you're clocking in and out and you have a timesheet with no shares in the company. Let me put that out there with no shares in the company.
Well, I'm just looking at the salary. If you're all you're getting is $500 a week, you're not the vice president.
But and you have no equity.
Yeah, you're
So
not a partner. You're not on the board. You're not the person that he goes to for advice.
mhm,
You're the person that he has to go and get sandwiches for the meetings.
yeah,
I'm
and there's
sorry.
nothing wrong with that. But you can't overvalue that though. That's her problem. She's overvaluing what she brings to the company.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
in her mind, like I'm helping build this business. Like, well, no, because when you
Where I was with her, remember when she was looking for another job? I think it was before the break, the mid-season break. She was out looking for another job. She's like, I could get paid a whole lot more than this. All she's picked up a lot of things working with him there. So what happened to her trying to find another job? I
exactly because
bet you that didn't happen because she doesn't have all the qualifications that she seems to think that she has.
because with her the problem is your employment is also dependent right now on your boyfriend. That's a problem. So you're totally financially under his thumb, totally, which is a bad place to be.
Mhm. And, you know,
Here's
she
the thing.
does have other she does get other things in exchange in addition to that $500. She has an open
Right.
credit card. She goes on shopping sprees. He's bought her luxury items. He's looking at a sizable ring for her. Like, he's a generous person. But I think he should, like, when he got involved with her, he should have removed her from the company and just set her up in a house.
Right.
Let's call a spade a spade.
Right. Because like both sides, I see Danny and Dalvin both
Mhm,
sides. Yes, she helped him build his company. I'm sorry, when
mhm,
you are an executive assistant, you're not help building anything. When you're help building, you are the person who is investing money, investing a significant amount of time. Because when you're building a company, generally all the people who own equity, or the majority of the equity work the same hours. She's clocking in and out. So to say that she's helped building, that's a stretch. That's a
Mhm.
huge stretch. Now, is she helping like with the day-to-day operations of running the company? You could say that. That's fair. Is she being underpaid? Yes, but that's her fault
Mhm.
because she's so blinded by the trinkets and the things that he buys her that she only thinks about the money when prenup comes up.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
in that case, she just kind of sit down. You can definitely talk about renegotiating your salary. I would do that and say, I'm doing all these things. This is how much people who do these same things get paid. Can we talk about this? And then with the prenup, if it really wasn't about the money, you would just sign it because you're not entitled to
Mhm.
anything.
Yep.
And the rate you're going, you're going to get kicked out because there's a lot
Mhm.
of other women in line waiting for that.
Mhm.
If we're really honest,
Yep.
some of your friends are probably sitting on the sideline just waiting for you to mess up because you probably boo-hooing and blowing snot to them, crying.
And like them three biddies, and they telling you, go get that, don't sign that prenup. Just, you get what you deserve. And then they sisters roll right in there when you roll right out.
Exactly. Once you telling them your business, what they're going to do, they're telling their friends, they sisters, they cousins, like, look, she about to fumble the bag because she not gonna sign this prenup. Now we ain't got well because we got in on the ground floor, so yeah, we ain't signed nothing. But you might want to jump on this as soon as it's over. We let you know. That's how it works. That's how it works. They looking at her like you
Mhm.
about to fumble. They're like, yeah, like you got three people who have not signed prenups who are in on the ground floor. They were in a better position you are now, and you listen to these people. Really? Okay.
Yeah, but she couldn't compare her situation with them, though. She
No,
really couldn't.
but well, I'm saying no, they can't. But I'm saying like you
Yeah.
have the three women. These three women are at the same standard going into
Mhm.
their marriages. You are not, but they're sitting here telling you about
Yeah,
what to do.
that that's
Mm-mm.
shady.
That's shady.
But
No, okay.
if she couldn't recognize that, then she doesn't deserve any promotions. Sh I would like to know what happened to her job interviews. She said she was
Hmm.
going out. I have a feeling that she wasn't qualified for the position she was going after because and I would also like a clarification on what her title is at Donovan's job.
Hmm.
I wanna know what that is. But anyway, his friends come over for a guys' night and they notice the new house. It's the first time they're seeing it. And one of them made like a comment saying, somebody's spending their money. um, yeah, I think they had a nice card night. I think they were honest. They seem to know him very well because they know that he went at this in a very cold and detached manner, which probably screwed up the issue with Danny, who is very emotional. Um, but they agree with him. You need to have a prenup, but just go about it differently.
Right. Exactly. Like, he's looking at it as a business transaction. Like, look, this is
Mm,
just all business. This is what it's for. I got to protect my business. And that's cool. Now, she could have handled it better. He could have handled it better because there was no reason for her to cry. She could have explained how she was feeling. He probably went to, like, I understand, but this is what it is.
I
That's the way it was gonna play out. If even if he had, no matter what he said, let's be honest, no
yes.
matter what he said,
Mhm.
she was gonna be mad.
Yeah, and the more, emotional she got, the more cold, detached, and
Hmm.
shut down he got because he's just not hearing that. He's like, "This is my business. It is what it is. Um, go and do that someplace else."
Agreed.
So let's hope that he's not as harsh when he find I just wish he'd just bring the paperwork to her because
Exactly.
I don't know how you could be carrying on like this and you've not seen the document yet. Unless it is a prenup saying, kind of like Candy's, You got 2 months. This is what I'm giving you for those 2 months. And then you're cut off and you go back to your poor ways as normal. I mean, 2 month transition period. I love that.
Hmm.
Unless it says you get zero, um, then you fuss and fight because that's
Yeah,
unfair.
that's
I'm
unfair.
not saying that you should expect 50% of his company. No, but you should expect to be maintained. You and any offspring that you eventually have with him that are, genetically his, they should be kept in the style in which they have become accustomed to. So
Right.
there you go. All right. Crypt Keeper 2. We have Erica and Rick. We
Mm.
Where do we start with them?
They were.
Yeah, it's like
Let's
the
start at
beginning
the
of
end.
the rehearsal dinner.
Start at the end.
Ah,
Meaning like this is all
like when the
whining about
dad
her.
shows up? Or do
This
you
is all
want to talk
whining.
about Sky? His son looks like Kenny G.
Yeah, he does.
Ugh.
He does.
I'm surprised that well, first of all, I was surprised that Sky said, um, his the 2 or 3 girlfriends before Erica were all younger than him, and I'm surprised that he didn't, like, hit on Sky's girlfriend because she was kinda cute.
But he loves his son, so he wouldn't do that. But yeah,
Mm.
when he said they were younger than him and maybe younger than Erica, I laughed.
Yeah,
I laughed. I couldn't
yeah.
help it. And the
But
best friend is
mhm,
hilarious too. Like he admits no words.
that guy
He
is
said
just ridiculous.
she's a gold digger. Period. Like what are you talking about? I'm like everyone's thinking it. Everyone on Rick's family side thinks it.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
The optics say yes, gold digger. 69-23.
Oh, wait a
And
minute.
she said, no,
Do you know what came up in my recommendeds the other day on YouTube?
what?
A video of Erica in her brand new apartment.
Good job, Erica. Make
Oh,
sure it's in your hold on. Make sure that it's in your name now.
and I didn't click on it because I got sidetracked by doing something else. Oh god, but yeah, and it looks
Make sure it's in
recent.
your name. Make sure it's in your name, not his
Yeah,
and your name. Your
and not
name.
a rental. Ugh.
Exactly. But yeah, they were just ridiculous, and she needs to understand how the opposite. She's like, well, I can go out and marry someone younger. Like, then why don't you? Which is what your parents are
Mhm,
thinking. Why don't you? Trey's
mhm,
right on that one. He said gold digger, gold digger
mm-mm.
with his chest, his whole chest too.
Aw.
And she was upset, and then her dad just doesn't get it. It's not about you. Even if you disagree, just stand there.
Yeah,
Just
because that's
be
what the
present.
mom said. She's not in agreement with it, but she's gonna be there for her daughter. And, like, she'll be there for the daughter when she divorces and hopefully divorces and walks away with something.
And the grandmother's like, I don't support this either, but they're happy they want to do it. She's all like, what's wrong with having 5 or 6 years of happiness? I'm
Let me
like, at the
tell you
end of the,
something.
go ahead.
Grandma was just excited to have someone come in, like a lawn service, and do up her backyard, and then the event team to come in and put up some twinkle lights. That's the best her backyard has ever looked in generations.
Yeah. And it's my thing is this: his forever is going to be shorter than her forever.
Mhm.
If we're going off of statistics and going off of life expectancy. So why are y'all tripping?
Yeah, she could have another forever
Yeah,
in a few years.
you never know. I mean, Rick seems to be in good health and in really good spirits, which is great. But if this is what she chooses, just let her be. Let her be.
Mm-mm-mm. Okay, so anything else with regards to those 2?
Nah, because all basically the rehearsal, dinner, and then bickering. So
Yeah,
we
yeah,
knew that was going to happen. So we can move on.
yeah. All right, now on to the gift that keeps on giving. Desiree and Rodney. So, Desiree meets her best friend. I can't remember that girl's name. Sunshine. I'm gonna call her Sunshine. Sundari, is that her name? Suntrary? Sun
Something with the sun. I was gonna call it sunshine too.
Okay, so Sunshine and meets up with Desiree at the lake, I guess. She tells her about the meeting that she had with Rodney last episode where Alyssa, the assistant, was there. And she's pissed that Rodney didn't tell her that the assistant was at the house and that he brought up this subject on the prenup. I don't see why she needs to be told what he does with his business since she's not actually a part of the business. She's not even
Right.
married. But again, that's me nitpicking. And the best friend, Sunshine, is like, you need to find out what's going on with him. You need to find out who he slept with. I
Yeah,
wouldn't push
no,
on that. I wouldn't push.
no, no.
Mm-mm.
Because what I would have done, this is just me personally, and most people will not agree, but that's okay. What you should have done, if you're going to take him back, you have
Mm-hmm.
to let that go. Like
Yeah.
the thing is, here's the thing, and I'm not sure if anyone else caught this because I was confused when she said like like if he like I can't marry him because like if I can't trust him and blah 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 blah. I'm like, but ma'am, okay, you don't trust him, but you're so hot and heavy to marry him. So you're hot and heavy to marry a man you don't trust.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not about the money. Oh, okay.
Like, why did you accept the proposal?
Exactly. You accepted the proposal without knowing who he slept with.
Right. And the thing is, at that, like, when she, to me, if I proposed to her, knowing that we had this issue, and
Hmm.
I was doing it to get back in her good grace because they were on the outs because he had said he had slept with someone.
Right.
So I'm proposing to you, you accept it. In my opinion, you have put all of that to the wayside, and we're starting off day one moving forward now. Clean slate. By accepting my proposal, you're accepting me and all of my flaws, whatever I did. We're nullifying the scoreboard and we're moving forward.
Hmm.
What part of that did she miss?
I don't understand like what matters like who he slept with. I mean, personally, I don't care. What you're supposed to do, you accept the proposal, you sign the document, and you move on. That's what you do, because it shouldn't matter who he slept with, because the point is he slept with and he told you straight up, and
Mm,
you've been withholding sex from him for
2 years.
2 years. Who marry somebody without sleeping with them first? Are you serious? No. Mm-mm.
Mhm.
Mm-mm.
Especially somebody who's been married twice before, like, I'm gonna be wondering, what's wrong? Mm,
Right.
but here's my thing, I agree with Trey on this. Her friend is a little over assertive to me. Be careful, Desiree. Not sure what her true intentions are. Might have a slight single white female vibe. Now, I kind of agree with that, but in the aspect of Sunshine looks to me like one of those people. Well, if I ain't got no man, then you shouldn't have no man neither type of mentalities. And
Mm,
she picking on any little thing
right.
with regards to Rodney to hate him and then to turn her friend's mind on him as well, which I don't get. I, whatever. Maybe Sunshine should just come out and go, girl. Maybe it's not a woman that he slept with, and maybe then she'll get the picture.
We've all speculated on this one. Suzanne, we've all said Rodney has been having the cheating. We this has come out several times. We've been speculating
Mhm.
because he keeps saying person.
Yes, he
He,
doesn't specify gender.
who and she's like, who is it? Was it your sister? He's like, that's like my little sister. No,
Yeah,
your your your
your
real.
realtor.
He's like,
No,
her baby dad's like my best friend. No, what? No,
that never stopped a man before.
true, but still. But he's like, no, and she keeps going, and like, and her professor goes, I need to know. I can't move forward. I can't marry you if I can't trust you. But you accepted the proposal. And then when they had that conversation talking about, like when she said money came by love, he's like, if that were the case, you would not be sitting here. I'm like, well, Rodney,
But he spoke the truth,
he
though.
spoke the truth. It's like you're being really arrogant right now, but he was like Jimmy Pimp on 41st Street though. He was laid
But
back.
that's how you talk to your hoes. Look how she showed up there. And she has the nastiest walk I've ever seen in a long time. Her walk is horrendous. And the shady camera crew are always focusing on her backside whenever she arrives to an area. And I'm so sick of it. I don't want to see that anymore. It's sloppy, it's nasty, it's whorish. Ew.
Yeah, I think what it was is that we as the viewer all say the same thing. Like you're a gold digger, you have gold digger vibes, whatever. For him to flat out tell her on camera,
Hmm.
because that's what he says, how he feels, and he was like, he said a thing, and she got mad and she walked off. And when she threw the ring back, for me, I would have been, that's it. You throw
I
my
love
ring
how
back at
he
me?
jumped up. He jumped
Got that
up and
ring?
was looking for that little piece of tin can ring. Oh my God.
And then
So
he
that
threw
goes to
it off.
show you he values the ring more than he values her, because if he even remotely liked her, he would have never spoken to her like that.
But there's only gonna be so many times you're gonna let someone berate you, like you paying for everything. And that's another
Hmm.
problem with C. Ablavi. You need to hit Desiree up in the DMs and teach her how to gold dig correctly, because um yeah, your breakdown yesterday was great and how these women are not gold digging properly, and she's the main one I have an issue with. Ma'am,
Hmm.
this man is paying your bills. He done propose. He's gonna give you the wedding of your dreams. I'm gonna need you to sit down and be quiet.
Yep. And you can check out Ablavi on her YouTube channel, Ablavi Myers.
About is it Ablavi M? I think it's Ablavi M.
It's Ablavi M? I don't know. I
Yeah,
typed in Ablavi Myers. Okay. But yeah, just type in Ablavi, you'll find her.
yeah, because
um,
she's the one who needs that one-on-one class the most, because she just handles it all wrong. But I do like the fact that he said, you know what, she can't keep throwing a tantrum every single time I see something she doesn't like, and me run
mhm.
after her. He's like, I can't keep doing that. And then he found the ring, and then
Ate
went
his
back to his
steak.
meal.
The steak looked good though.
It did. Oh my
Did
goodness.
you see online that okay, so you know the lake house that he took her to outside of DC?
Mhm.
Um, it was before the mid-season break.
Yes, I do.
Did you see it listed as an Airbnb?
No.
Yes, it's
Wow.
his oh, sorry, her lake house is actually an Airbnb.
Well, it could be a property that he uses as an Airbnb though. I do know a couple people who have properties like that, so I'm not going to shade him on that until I see the deed. Look,
You know that's not his property.
I, okay, okay. Here's the thing. Yeah, she's like, here's the thing. This is another thing. She could use Rodney's money to fix her hair. I found her a good stylist. I agree, Suzanne. Yeah, I mean, it's been the same thing for the last 2 seasons.
I wonder how much her monthly bills are in LA, because based on her apartment, I would say between 1,000 and 2,000 for the apartment, because
Uh-uh,
LA is
no.
expensive.
Yeah, but no,
Really?
it depends on where in LA she lives. So LA's weird. I don't live there, but I know a little bit about it. So it depends on what, like,
What
for
area she's in?
like if you're in West Hollywood, you're probably paying for a studio. You're probably paying 1,500 to 2,000.
Right,
And if she has a one bedroom, she's probably paying between 25 2,000 to, we'll say 2,750, depending on location.
right.
So yeah, that's West Hollywood, which is LA. But then you have Hollywood, which I think is a little, might be around the same range or a little cheaper. And then if you're in Beverly Hills, you know how them
She's
rents go.
not there. Let's look at her apartment, that jankety apartment. That's why I was saying between 1,000 and 2. because I don't think she's in the same neighborhood where Rodney's LA Airbnb is.
So yeah, it
Um,
just depends. It really
mm,
it's weird. It depends really exactly where you are. So we need to find what exactly what district she lives in. We can narrow down how much she's paying. But that's another thing. He's paying all your bills, and
mhm.
you're not giving him. You're not giving it up. Who? What's the first time that kind of arrangement?
And he gotta go and fly to get abused by you.
Right.
Or pay for you to fly in for you to act the fool and
Yeah.
him to get abused. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Um,
I mean, people may not like what he said. Like, was he harsh in what he said?
but
Yes.
it was the truth.
But was it the truth? Yes. Because if we go back to even well, I want to say last episode where they were talking about, oh, with the wedding, well, money's no object, so everything was money. Like even when they were looking for places, she's all like, oh, what's the big deal? You can afford it. I'm like, well, yes. Why are you putting this money out there? Like you're not even in his finances like that. So
Exactly. So why is she counting his coins if she doesn't have access to the purse? Like, this makes no sense to me. And like, I would not want somebody like that, if I was someone of wealth, to be around me, because why are you always speaking of money? Ugh.
yeah, I didn't like that. So I can understand his frustration. And if from my standpoint, if you want to get in good with him, you need to like be cool with the assistant. Because I'd have walked in like, hey, Lisa, how you doing? Good to see you.
Get the assistant on your side.
And then get her on the side because he said like he values her opinion. She's in his business
Mhm.
day in and day out. He's like, she basically runs my business. She's the main one I'll be trying to like link up and get in good with. Be like, you know what? Can you give me some advice? Can you like, how should I approach this? This is how I'm feeling. What are your thoughts as another woman? What's your viewpoint? And then the assistant like, okay, this is from my standpoint, knowing his business, this is what's going on. This is why we're doing. This is why this is necessary. It's nothing against you, but he has to protect what he's built. But he's going to take care of you. You should trust him in that. And then what the assistant's going to do when she flies back to DC, she's going to go right to the mama and say like, you know what, we misjudged her. She's a good woman. We can trust her. But nah, she want to run around, be crazy, and act a fool. Come on now.
I was just thinking of something. Does does Rodney's parents talk like the way he does?
His is more pronounced.
Okay. His accent, though, it just kills me. And I know Trey said that it is
Mhm.
indigenous to
It is.
that region, but it just sounds so like I've never heard anybody talk like that. I guess he acts like he adds like accents to certain words that I wouldn't think of doing, but it's just so weird. Ay ay ay. All right, so what else happened with these two fools?
That was it. She threw the ring. She threw the ring at him. He went and picked it up. He went back and finished his meal, and that was pretty much it.
So wait a minute, let me ask you another question. You know how she keeps on asking, who is it that you slept with? What if he says Roberta Rodriguez? And you're like, who's that? And you say, okay, it's this random person that I met in Vegas at the slot machines. And, we just dipped up to the room. I don't even know if that's a real name, but I think I saw something on a business card. And, it was it. Bada bing, bada boom, done. How is
Mhm.
that supposed to help her process anything?
Right. Because then all she gonna do is go to Google and start hunting people down.
Hmm.
In a
And
way,
after two
what?
years of being supported, I would have figured she would have had a lot more by now.
Mm-hmm.
She's just
What you
failed
thinking?
miserably. And now
Yeah.
she don't even have the ring.
Exactly. Exactly. She messed up.
Wait, what's this? Air Force One just flew over and fixing to land to wish us a belated Go Texan Day and see the damaged homes and people. Oh, that's sweet. Yay. He was supposed to be going to Houston today, right? So. It was Houston he was going to? The president. Ay, ay, ay. Well, have fun with all the traffic jams. I know it's a total pain in the backside whenever a president comes down here to Florida. Hey Gina, are you doing well? Like, how is your son? And how is everybody doing? Like, is your electricity and water back on? Oh dear. Well, to everyone in Texas, we're wishing you the
Yeah.
best. We hope everything gets back to normal soon.
Mhm.
Um, you know,
It sounds like things are
it
on
just
the
sucks.
mend because the weather's warming up from what I've been hearing around. So that's good. But there's a lot of damage and people have to rebuild a lot. So
Yeah.
I hope you know they get back to quote unquote normal as soon as possible. And I agree with Trey.
Mhm.
Like you better make sure the those next month's bills are paid before you act a fool.
Well,
Just
she's not
saying.
very smart in this. She really isn't. Never
Mm.
has been, never will be. Ay, ay, ay. So yeah, those were all the couples from Marrying Millions, season 2, episode 15, Engagements and Ultimatums. Let us know what you think. Oh, that's good, Gina. You guys
That's
stay
what I need to
safe
hear.
down there. Oh, geez. And I hope you didn't have too much damage. I know you said your son was good because you were staying with him, but I hope you didn't have too much damage. Um, I got light water back. Well, you be careful with that water, Willow.
Are the roads getting better? I know that was a big issue down there. Or the roads were like iced over, like really, really like bad. Like even they couldn't use salt, or they had to use like sand or something.
Well,
So
I
are the
was
roads
thinking
better?
like once the temperatures went up,
Yeah,
all of that excess water would make flooding.
flooding.
Um, so I was more concerned once they said the temperature was going up that people would have a lot of water damage with the water having nowhere to go.
Go.
Um, and then once the freeze stopped, the pipes would burst. So that's even more water. It was 81 2 days ago. Oh
See, that's
my
schizophrenic.
God. Ay, ay, ay. I wonder how Housewives of Dallas is going to tackle this.
I hope they do it.
Because I
It'll
saw
be for
something from Stephanie. She said that she lost power for a little bit, but at least she had a fireplace.
right.
But they didn't have a generator. That massive house, and they didn't have a generator. Are you serious?
You think they would have two or three?
Well, they would need 2 or 3.
Yeah,
Because I would section it off, split it up into different sections to power each generator. And in case of emergency, like you just decide on which section to go. But
exactly.
yeah, I think that'll probably be the next big boom. People doing generators all throughout Texas.
I
That
would.
sucks. I know. That reminds me. I think I have to get a generator for my house back home.
You might. Yeah, you might need to, just to be safe.
Well, no, the thing is that nobody's there. So I just put
Still.
it off. No,
Oh,
I'll be
you
there.
just no
It's
one's
not
there, so
rented
you just
out
like,
anymore. It's not rented out anymore. It's just
oh,
sitting vacant. So if anybody wants to go home, they can stay there. But
mm,
every year, every hurricane season that comes up, I'm like, oh, I'm going to get a generator. I never do because why want somebody going and staying in my house?
exactly. No, I got you.
Oh my
Roads are
God.
good. It's in the 70s. We just don't know how to drive in ice. Got it. Okay.
Ah, okay. Well, nobody knows how to drive in ice. So that's why you stay home and stay safe. So, guys, hit us up in the comments. Let us know your thoughts on this ridiculous show and this particular episode, Engagements and Ultimatums. Leave us a comment. We read them, we respond. It's fun going back and forth in the comment section. And you guys have a lot of really great points that we miss in these stupid reviews.
Yeah,
So,
a
give us a
lot
thumbs
actually.
up. Yes, give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you're aware every time we send out new content. Guys, YouTube is getting really bad now with sending out the notifications. They're coming in a few minutes after the show is started. Don't worry, we'll take you anytime you enter the room or the show. We love you for just sticking in there with us. Tell a friend, have them join us in all of this merrymaking. And until next time, bye.
Bye.